All right, family. We black again with the general. You already know what it is. Fire commentary analysis on what's going on overseas in the Persian Gulf, in the Strait of Hormuz. Uh, Before we get started, I want you to click that link at the top of the chat. Get over there to Patreon. Over 600 fire videos, Black history, occult, politics, spirituality. Man, it's off the chain. Get over there, get it, family. All the newcomers, it's 6 right there waiting on you as soon as you show up. Plus, whatever is in that tier, it's over 5 tiers, and so there's a treasure chest waiting on you when you get over there. Trump threatens to knock out every bridge and power plant in Iran. Every one of them. Ain't gonna leave not one. That's critical. That's critical. You already know. Motherfucker got a pothole out in the goddamn that could shut down the goddamn, you know how devastating to have just a pothole. You know? So imagine when somebody knock out the bridges, knock out ain't no movement. And the bridges is there to transport things from one sector to the next. No bridge, no transportation of food. You're gonna have food shortage. You're gonna have whatever necessities that one side of the bridge need and can't get it. You're gonna have to come up with some other ways to do it, which is gonna cause time. It's gonna be casualties, power plants, everything going up. You see, but you know what? But it is what it is. Nah, bridges, power plant. Don't let them say nothing about dams. Motherfucker, knock your dam out of there. Oh my God. Knock your dam out of there. Attack your water facilities. It's time to throw in the towel. When people got it and they threatening and they saying they want that goddamn it's time to come up with the uranium. That's not worth it. That is not worth it at all. I don't understand who's in charge. Them is some radical, crazy, sick individuals. You understand? To hold them people hostage over there with the threat of the total infrastructure being knocked out of there because nobody is going to let you. Hold on just a second. Nobody is going to let you get a hold of no nuclear weapon. You see, and blow no damn city up, kaboom, and knowing how wild and crazy you is. No, sir, that's not going to happen. So, it's best to come up off of it. If anybody that got that know any of it, you better get on the phone, whether it's Mahdi over there in Iran, whether it's Xi Jinping over there in China, and they ain't on good relationship because they just stopped Chinese tanker from even coming through the Strait of Hormuz. And we didn't think it was, and then they fired on the Indian ship. So they don't give a goddamn. They saying ain't nobody coming through. They didn't shut it down. They got to get up in their chest, man. Real talk. You got to go in Iran chest. It ain't no talking with them. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't, because see, the thing is, that's just like when they fought Japan. Japan is the type of even when after they they was defeated. That one crazy ass general that was in charge, man, he didn't even want to tap. He didn't even want to tap after they dropped the bombs. That's how sick he was. He didn't even want to tap. He still wanted to fight. After they didn't beat the brakes off their ass. So you got them sick maniacs that will take the nation to total defeat. You understand what I'm saying? Total defeat. They could have tapped out. But they was coming like they wanted to bring it. And when you come like that, then you get what you ask for. You get what you ask for. And so, sometimes just like Japan, you got to make them tap in the fire. Ain't no negotiations in it. No. When the motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you can't even let them tap. You can't even let them tap. You got to choke them out and wait till the motherfucker wake up. You know what I'm saying? Choke them out. Choke them out. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way. Ain't no tap out. Choke them out. And let them wake up and ask what happened. That's all you had to do. You know what I'm saying? Let them wake up after they get choked out and let them wake up and ask what happened. But don't even let them tap, because that's fake. They'll tap just so that they can get a breather. They'll get a breather so they can re-up. They out there digging up shit. That ain't, man, you ain't digging it. You got to dig that shit up out the ground. It ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? They was out there, ceasefire out there digging up missile launchers and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't enough. That ain't gonna do you. They're gonna knock that out of there in the first couple days. They're gonna destroy the rest of it. And so they about to get real surgical, and they just gonna knock out the rest of the shit. All your military shit, but you got to anticipate that they done moved a lot of shit. And that's why you got to go on the ground, because you got to go and search it out. That's just what it is. You got to kick in doors. I don't know how long they intend, but you got to kick in doors. And you got to ransack shit to see where it's at. Ain't no other way to do that, and find out where it's at. You're gonna have to twist some arms. You see a lot of them, but it's gonna be some that's gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to twist some arms, and then it's gonna be some talking now. It's gonna be some hard ones that don't want to, but that's what it is. You got some hard ones, but some of them ain't gonna be able to take it. They're gonna tell you where it's at. They're gonna show you where it's at. They're gonna show you where it's at. And many of them that's over there mad as hell that the regime then drove the people to total war over some bullshit where they could have just gave them that. They gonna be willing to point it out their damn self. They're gonna be willing to point it out their damn self. What the comments out there? That's right. Matthew, man, what's going on, man? I see you out there. What's the matter, Matthew? You riding with you must be riding with Iran. You with Iran. Go on and get your Airbnb over there, man. I'm telling you, get ready for the fireworks. Go on over there, Matthew. What are you going over there and get your Airbnb? You know what I'm saying? You take you some popcorn. Yeah, take you some popcorn and shit. Some sparklers and shit. You can light them up. Gonna be fireworks over there on Wednesday. You feel me? But yeah, it's getting down to the get down. We don't want to see this type of destruction on the planet. And it make you wonder, how in the hell, that these devils then created such destructive force on the planet any goddamn way. To create instruments that could literally just kill everybody on the damn planet. Oh, they already dropping more apps. They already been dropping more apps. They've been dropping them already. Shit. That's what you know what I'm saying? That motherfucker damn near when they drop them bunker busters and shit. Yeah, when they drop them bunker busters and shit, they'll drop one of them Moabs right on in there with it. 1, 2, you know what I'm saying? Bunker buster. And then once that motherfucking bunker buster go in there, shit, and they put that Moab on top of that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna bring the house in, No, it's about the nuclear. You see, it's about the nuclear. That's what I think. Free energy. I don't even. But they intertwine. It is intertwined because you could take You know, yeah. You could take the other to, the science of energy, nuclear energy. You over there talking about you lighting up the cities and shit, but technically you still you know how to create the bomb, so they are interwoven in a lot of sense. They're interwoven. Now some people over there they got nuclear energy. They ain't they get rid of the shit. They don't, a lot of people be willing to get that shit up to the United States or to Russia, the United States or Russia, because they know how to, but the crazy shit is that shit can never be destroyed. So I mean, just imagine that they got to put that shit in the ground. Yeah, but what's crazy, when they dropped the bombs on goddamn Japan, and that's crazy ass general, he still didn't want to give up. Man, that motherfucker still didn't want to give up. I seen the documentary, and finally he tapped. You know what I'm saying? Finally he tapped. I don't know. I believe it was after the first one. Yeah, I think it was the first one, and then they say fuck it. They went on. I don't know which one they hit first. Yeah, I don't know. I think they hit Hiroshima first, I think, and then they hit Nagasaki. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he didn't want to give up. He wanted the people to keep fighting. Like, man, is you crazy? Yeah, you out your goddamn mind. And a lot of these motherfuckers in this regime, they the same way. But hey, man, if the people got to get ready to rise the hell up. You know, they got to get ready to rise the hell up, man, or they gonna pay for their regime. That's just all it is to it, cause ain't nobody gonna let them motherfuckers put no nuclear warhead on no goddamn missile and let it go and destroy some innocent people. Man, you talking about, man? Ain't no telling how strong the nuclear warhead is. Man, you end up destroying 100,000 people, over 100,000 people. This, fucking up even 200,000 more. Man, you can fuck up a whole lot of people, and turn a whole area desolate. You ain't gonna be able to, it be 2, 3, 400 years before you can even, you know, grow something on the damn land. So it'll be a blot on the earth. But it's Sunday, family, so you ain't got but 2 more days for the Iranian. Yeah, you ain't got nothing, but you got 2, 3 more days, Iran. If you listening to generalseti, I'm gonna tell you just like this: it's not worth it. You understand what I'm saying? It is not worth it. You better come your ass up with that uranium as soon as possible and get this shit. If you're in Iran, I don't know if y'all able to get internet over there. But if you sneaking on some, and got some underground internet and you was listening to generalseti right now, I'm telling you, tell them motherfucking mad moolah to tap immediately and come up with that uranium. Because goddamn it, what's on the way, it will not be undone. It will not be undone. Once that shit it will not be undone. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You understand? It's gonna be it's gonna get hot over in that motherfucker. You feel me? And ain't no ice water gonna be able to cool your Nagasaki was second, yeah. 7 days later. Yep. The Black Power family, Mansa Musa, we in the house. That's right. All day, every day. You done came in almost at the end now. I'm coming right black. Come right black. We got one coming up, and then we're gonna go hard body a little later. I'm about to bring this one to an end. And Chernobyl, yeah, Chernobyl, they just fucked up. They just showed the Russians didn't know what they was doing. They fucked up over there and let the motherfucker melt down and shit. That was very destructive too. That Chernobyl, that's like the worst nuclear disaster in history. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that motherfucker melted. That motherfucker melted all the way down. Anyway, I'll be right, Black family. I'll see y'all in a minute. Get over there to Patreon. We ain't got number fire. Click the link right now, and I'll be right black. Black power.